you have an old PC and you want to upgrade the performance, the first thing you can do is upgrade your hard disk to an SSD. So this PC has an optical drive free and a hard disk. So I'm going to be taking this optical drive and put this extra bit and put the SSD in it so that it can get extra SSD. Yeah, let's see how we can do this. So guys, the links to these two items will be there in the description. You can use that to buy these. So here I have the old PC. I'm going to flip it. I've already shut it down. Let's flip it and unscrew the back. Different laptops have different way to remove. So watch your manuals and see how to remove the laptops. This is the optical drive screw. We can remove this and remove the optical drive out. Now we can remove the optical drive out and you can keep this aside. We're going to be removing this and putting it on this. So guys, after removing the optical drive, if you don't want to go with the hassle of opening your PC and changing the hard disk and all, you can directly put the SSD here and just put it in. You can just skip to this timestamp to see the steps after removing the optical drive, and then you can just follow that. That's it guys, you can continue watching the video. You can skip to this timestamp if you want to just put the SSD in your optical bay. We can do it later. Keep the bag aside, and now you have the HDD here, hard disk, which is 1 TB. Yeah, we're gonna unscrew this now. Now after removing the extra screws, now we can dismount this and carefully remove the connector over here. So here is the hard disk. Now we can remove these extra screws. So this is what I'm going to do now. So unscrew these screws and put the SSD here. And here is the connector, SATA connector. You can gently remove it out and keep the hard disk aside. Now we take our SSD. Now we can connect this first gently, and then we can put the left and right brackets. So after putting the brackets back in, gently place the SSD in its slot. Now screw the rest. So guys, I forgot to connect this connector back to the motherboard. Do note it down and do it. I had to open the PC again and connect it. Now we've screwed it back in. We can take the optical drive converter to put the SSD in. Now just insert the hard disk, align and slowly gently press it. It's in. Now we can just screw it. So guys, I've screwed it now. We need to do one more thing before we put this in. We need to take this bracket out and put it in this so that the screw gets in, and this bracket we need to take it out. To take the bracket out, you can just screw this out and put it in the same position. This screw over here, for me it might be different bracket for you. So I just screw this and put this in first. Now I have screwed this bracket in. We can now take this one out and just put it back in on this side. To do that, we can take a pin, and then there is a small hole over here. You just put this pin in and then push. This CD optical drive will eject. Now just slowly remove this hook here, and then you can take it out. It's coming slowly, and then you slowly take it out, and you got the bracket. Keep this optical drive aside. Now you can just click it in on this. So it should be like this. It should work out. Put it in this place. Yeah, keep this aside now. So guys, now let's put the lid back in and screw it up. First let's just put the optical drive, hard disk drive or hard disk slot, and then just screw that in first. It's all screwed. Just put the battery back in, and now let's just boot it and see if it directly boots, or we need to go to the BIOS and change the boot drive. So guys, for me it didn't boot. If it did boot for you, you can just skip to the timestamp given here. So if it didn't boot, we need to go to the BIOS and change the boot order. So let's just turn it on and click your PC's BIOS key. For me it's F10, it might be F2, you can just search it, and now it's showing it's going to the BIOS. So now we're in the BIOS. So here's the BIOS. So we need to go to system config and click on boot options. For you it might be different. You can just check on Google how to get to the OS boot manager or boot option, boot order will be different for different these things. You can just search it in Google and then click enter. And then here, actually I am doing this after migrating the OS, but this is the same thing which I did before. I forgot to click record. So yeah, so here this is my SSD, but it'll show different, or it'll show another SSD or something like that. You can just click F5 or F6 as it's written here, or whatever key it is for you to change the order. You need to recognize the Windows. Obviously you'll have only one Windows boot manager, so that should be up. After doing this, just click on F10. For me it's F10 to save. Whatever key is it for you, you can just click that and then click yes, and it'll make you boot into your hard disk. Now after this, now we're going to migrate your OS to the SSD now. So if this recovery thing happens, just click on F8. Here are the startup settings. So we'll enable safe boot mode and then try to boot. So click on F4. Let's just try doing exit and continue to Windows 10. This is how you can get back. So guys, for me, Acronis was not working properly. If it does work for you, I'll just put a video down how to clone using Acronis. I'm using Macrium software. So what you need to do is go to this link. This link will be in the description, and go down and click download for the free backup at home version. And then click here and then click on I need a personal free license, and enter your email ID. So I'll send the license to you through that, and then click continue, and then it's up to you. I'm gonna obviously put no, thank you, continue. And then you can check your email ID for the license code, and you can just close it and continue. It should have started downloading right now. So let's just open this. So guys, it's open. Selected free, run installer directly after downloading. Let's click download. It's downloading. For me, error came. I just unticked the run installer directly after downloading. It started downloading. Okay guys, it's downloaded. Let's just go to the downloads folder and launch it. I guess it's inside this folder, and let's just launch this. Let's click on yes. Let's click next. Let's click next. Accept the license. After you run this, click next. Enter your email ID and the code you got in your email. So, and then click next. Now you can do this if you want. I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then I'm gonna click next, and then click install, and then wait for it to install. So here's the app. So this is my crucial disk, and this is my hard disk. You can see as much is used and all. So what you need to do is click on the disk you want to clone. So this is the disk I'm gonna clone. Tick all of these. You want all these partitions, so you take on all these partitions. If you have only one partition, you can just click on that, or if you want only a specific partition, you can just click on that. I want the whole disk to be cloned, so I just ticked on this, and then click on clone this disk. It's loading, and now you got it here, and select the destination disk, which is gonna be our SSD, which is this. Okay, so I've put the layout here. I've just rearranged it to allocate the recovery drive and other stuff. So now I guess it's fine. Yeah, so I guess I can click next now. So we can just click next, and then here's the summary. Let's just click finish and click OK. So let this start cloning, and then we'll wait for some time and see if it finishes the cloning. So guys, it has finished cloning. It literally took 4 hours 33 minutes. It shows here. We can just close this and check if it's complete or what. You can just verify it. After closing, we can just restart. It should most probably boot in from the SSD, because it's in the main slot, so that should be given the preference. But if it doesn't, we can go to the BIOS and change it. So let's restart and see what happens. So guys, we're again gonna go to the BIOS and just change it. If you know how to change the boot order, you can just skip this, but I'll do it again because for me it didn't directly boot onto the SSD, it just booted onto the hard disk. So here we again switch it on and then click on the boot key function, BIOS function. So we go to the system config or wherever you need to go for the boot manager, and then here is my boot manager, and then click and then change it to the SSD. This is my SSD. This ST stands for Crucial, I guess, and VD is Western Digital. So Western Digital was my hard disk and Crucial was my SSD. You can find it out like that, or else you can just try it out and check how it works. Obviously the first one will be in this thing because that's going to be your hard disk. So just change the bottom one using your change value keys, and then click on F10 and then click yes, and now it should boot onto your SSD. Let's just check which drive it has booted in. So let's just go to the file explorer and then just see which drive has it booted in from. So go to this PC, and then here is our Windows, and this is the small drive. This is the 240 gigs SSD, so it has booted from your SSD. So guys, as you have upgraded your SSD, if you have a new PC and you want to upgrade or install a new M.2 SSD in it, you can watch this video. And thanks for your support guys. It will be great if you subscribe to our channel, as we want to grow a lot and help you guys with more videos like this. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.